Hi, my name is Ashwani Kumar and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to see the criteria for shortlisting of candidates for interview for the post of assistant professors in universities and colleges. So whatever the criteria we are going to see, that criteria is based upon the University Grants Commission's regulations. So before going into the details and all, if you are not yet subscribed the channel, then please do subscribe, and after subscribing, tap the bell icon. Then you are going to get all my updates and videos as immediate notifications to your mobiles, laptops or desktops. So now while coming to the present content of the video, here I am going to show you the two tables. So the first table is criteria for shortlisting of candidates for interview for the post of assistant professor in universities, and the second table that I am going to show you is for the assistant professors in colleges. So first we will see the criteria in universities and then we will go to the criteria in colleges. So while coming to the shortlisting criteria for the post of assistant professor in universities, see, it is a tabular format, and in this tabular format few particulars are there. These are called as an academic record, and here few scores are also allotted based upon the percentages or the marks you scored in your academics. So while coming to the graduation, if you are having the 80 percentage and above, you will get the 15 points, and if you are having the 60 percentage to less than 80 percentage, that means 60 to 80 percentage, that is equal to score 13, and 55 to 60 score 10, and 45 percentage to 55 percentage it is score 5. And the next one is in the post graduation, if your score is more than 80 percentage, then you will get a 25 score. If it is 60 to 80 percentage, then it is 23, and if it is 55 percentage, 50 percentage in the case of SC, ST, OBC, non-creamy layer and PWD2, less than 60 percentage, the score is 20 points. And if you did the MPhil, then if you are having the 60 percentage above, then you will get the 7 points. 55 to 60 percentage, you will get the 5 points. So some of the some of the candidates may have the doubt that if your score is less than 45, then what might be the points? If your score is less than 45 in graduation, and if your score is less than 55 in post graduation, and if the score is less than 55 in MPhil, then your points will be 0. And if you finished your PhD, it is you're going to get a 30 points. 30 points is for after completion of the PhD. It is not for PhD registered or the PhD second year or the PhD third year. So if you are having the PhD award degree certificate, then you will get the 30 points. And if you are qualified the net with JRF, the points are 7. If you qualified only for the net, either it might be the UGC or CSIR, then you will get the 5 points. If you qualified the SET, that is state eligibility test or SLET SLET, then you will get the 3 points. And here if you qualified all these three, that means if you are having the SET qualification, net qualification and the net with JRF, then don't think that you are going to get all these 3 points. All these 3 points means here you're going to get the total 15 points. So don't think that you are going to get the 15 points if you are having all these 3. Even though if you are having all these 3, you will get the maximum marks as a 7. Okay, if you are having all these 3 qualifications, you are going to get the maximum points as a 7 score. The next one is research publications. 2 marks for each research publication published in peer-reviewed or UGC listed journals. So here the maximum score is 10. So for example, here they mentioned that for each and every research publication, 2 marks they are going to allot. If you are having the 20 research publications, it doesn't mean that you are going to get 20 points. That means 10 into 20 becomes, 10 into 2 becomes equal to 20. So here only 10 is there. That means the maximum score is 10. So even though if you are having the 50 research publications or 40 research publications or 60 research publications, the maximum score is 10. In the same way, while coming to the teaching or postdoctoral experience, that means after completion of the PhD experience, so 2 marks for 1 year each. So here you are going to get the 10 points. That means the 10 points are the maximum score. So if you're having the 3 years of teaching experience, you will get the 6 points. If you're having the 10 years of research experience, you are going to get the maximum score is 10 only. You are not going to get the 2 into 10 is equal to 20 points. So here, so whatever the points they are showing here, all these points are the maximum scores. And while coming to the awards also, so if you are having any kinds of international or national level awards are there, the maximum score is the 3, and if you're having the state level awards, the maximum score is the 2. So here, however, if the period of teaching or postdoctoral experience is less than 1 year, then the mark shall be reduced proportionately. Next, while coming to the note, if you're having MPhil plus PhD, the maximum marks are the 30 marks only. So MPhil plus PhD means, for example, the people may think that if the candidate is having the both MPhil and PhD qualification, MPhil with 60% above and the PhD qualified, and so they think that 7 plus 30 is equal to 37 marks they are going to score, but it is not the correct meaning. The correct meaning is MPhil plus PhD, the maximum marks are the 30 only. You are not going to get the 37, 30 are the maximum marks. And JRF qualified or NET, CSIR or UGS NET qualified or SET qualified, the maximum marks are the 7 only, as I already explained. And in awards category only, maximum marks are the 3 only. So how many awards you are getting? The maximum marks are the 3 only. And the number of candidates to be called for interview shall be decided by the concerned universities. So it based upon the individual universities. So the academic score maximum marks are the 80, research publications maximum marks are the 10, teaching experience maximum marks are the 10. So the total 100 points or 100 score. So out of the 100 score, it depends. So based upon the universities, they are going to shortlist the candidates for the interviews. So it is for situation for the universities. And in the table 3b, we are going to see the criteria of shortlisting of candidates for interview for the post of assistant professor in colleges. So in the previous table we saw for the universities, and here we are going to see for the colleges. So the criteria of selecting in universities and colleges, both these two are different. So here we are going to see the how the points are allotted here. So if you are getting the graduation 80% above, 21, 60 to 80, 19, 55 to 60, 16, 45 to 55, 10, less than 45, 0. In the post graduation, 80 plus 25 points, 60 to 80, 23 points, 55%, and some concession is there for the caste category, it's 20 points. And if you're having the MPhil 60 plus 60% plus above, then that's 7, and 55 to 60, it's 5 points. Less than 55, it's 0. And in PhD, 25 points. So earlier in the universities for PhD, they awarded the 30 points, but here in the colleges, they're giving only the 25 points. So net with JRF, 10 points. In the universities net with JRF, they're giving only the 7 points, but here in colleges, the 10 points are allotted. For the net, 8 points. For the SET, 5 points. So, and coming to the research publications, the maximum score is 6. And the same thing, 2 marks for each and every research publication. And the teaching or postdoctoral experience, 2 marks for 1 year, the maximum points are the 10. And the international award, the maximum points are the 3, and the state level awards, the maximum points are the 2. And coming to here, MPhil plus PhD maximum are the 25 marks only. JRF net or SET, the maximum marks are the 10. And in awards category, the maximum marks are the 3. So here the total score calculated based upon academic score maximum of 84, research publications 6, and the teaching experience 10 points. So the total out of the 100 points, based upon the points the applied candidates got, the concerned universities are going to select the candidates or shortlist the candidates for the interviews. Okay, so these are all the situation or the criteria how the University Grants Commission follows the particular table 3b and 3a to shortlist the assistant professors for the interviews. And while coming to the interviews, how the process happens and what is the procedure takes place at the time of the interview. So all these things we will discuss in the next video. So it is update that I want to provide you through this video from my channel. I hope this tabular format will give you some idea how the universities and the colleges are going to allot the points based upon your academic records. That means based upon your graduation marks, post-graduation marks, MPhil and PhD, NET and JRF, so all these things, you will get one idea. So for more updates and for more details, please subscribe the channel, and after subscribing, tap the bell icon. Thank you.